Hola guys, it's Rachel. Welcome to this video. So I haven't done a Q&A in so long, so let's get you guys updated on my life a little bit. I went on Instagram and asked you guys to ask some questions. First question is, what is your favorite dessert? My favorite dessert right now is the mochi ice cream from Trader Joe's, the Thai tea flavor, because I haven't gotten bubble tea in a while and I miss Thai tea so much. The next question is, what's the best coffee I've had? If I were to drink black coffee, I would have the coffee from Hatch because it's so good. But best coffee overall, I think, is Vietnamese coffee. So good. They use condensed milk. It's so good. If you like sweet coffee, definitely try Vietnamese coffee. I had it for the first time on my last day in Vietnam, and my cousin was getting Vietnamese coffee literally everywhere we went, and I wasn't really a coffee drinker at the time, and I was like, okay, let me try it. Like, we're leaving Vietnam and we were in the airport and I tried it for the first time and I was like, I love it so much. Sadly, that was my last Vietnamese coffee, but if I ever go back to Vietnam, I am going to get Vietnamese coffee. I should learn how to make it during this quarantine. Next question is, what is your go-to coffee order? Coffee is a very big part of my life, and my favorite coffee from Dunkin' is the cookie dough coffee, but they haven't had that in a while, so I'd say my go-to is the Thin Mint when it's Girl Scout season. But I just get a regular iced coffee with cream and sugar. I always go iced. From Starbucks, I always get matcha. I know that's not coffee, but so good. Matcha with 2 pumps of peppermint. I'm drinking my matcha right now, but I always get that. Or I get a iced white chocolate mocha, and I sometimes get caramel macchiatos. So those are my 2 go-tos. Probably should switch it up, but I never have. Next question is, what is your best life advice? I feel like my best life advice, never be afraid of an opportunity. I had an opportunity to get a promotion of a job and I took it, and it was probably one of the best decisions, and it has led me to so many good memories, friends, and networking things with my bosses, and I love that job and it's totally built my confidence. I just found a lot of confidence in the opportunities that I've gotten. So never say no to an opportunity that you're scared of, because I feel like it's always good to step out of your comfort zone and try different things. Even if you're scared of them, get out of your comfort zone a little bit, because it will uncover qualities that you have that you didn't even know. So definitely do that. The next question is, online class or physical class? Honestly, I have no preference. I do love physical class because of the social aspect of being with my friends and creating memories. There's not a lot of memories that you make in quarantine when you're by yourself without having a screen in front of you. In-person memories are just so valuable to me, so I definitely love physical class. But I love online class because the teachers are a little more understanding when you're online, and you have to keep yourself motivated in online class. Yeah, physical class. My cousin asked me, who is your favorite cousin? And he expects me to say it's him, but I can't answer that because I make all of my cousins watch my videos. So I love my cousins equally. The next question is, if there's anything in the world you could change besides COVID, what would you change? This is some Miss Universe question, not Andre. I'm in a Miss PI. I feel like I'd say hate overall. And it's sad because people are entitled to their own opinion, but the amount of hate that goes on in literally everyone's life, I feel like there's so much hate, even from when you're a little kid nowadays and have social media or are exposed to the internet. There is a lot of bullying that goes on, and then there's racism that goes on. There's a lot of racism that is happening. I think like the overall hate and the misunderstanding of people, like people can be so close-minded that there's just so much hate that goes around in the world, and it sucks to see people having to go through such hard times and mental problems that stem from the hate that they get. The next question is, what's something or someone that inspires you? I think right now my parents really inspire me, and I'm not always happy or whatever, but they are essential workers. Actually, my whole family basically inspires me because all of them are essential workers, and that's why I'm home alone all the time, is because my whole family is at work fighting this horrible disease. And if you put yourself in that position, that's a scary position, and they go to work every day. Are you gonna do more covers of songs? Yes, I am planning to record a cover. It's gonna be a short cover, but if you guys have any recommendations for songs I should sing, hit me up. What's a skincare product you swear by? I swear by a couple things. I really like the Milk Matcha mask. I'm really into masks, so if you get the Milk Matcha mask, I'm telling you, it's so good. But I've also been trying the new skincare products, so I don't know if I swear by them yet, but I have the Youth to the People Kale facial cleanser, and I have the Spirulina matte by the Youth to the People. And then moisturizer, I love First Aid Beauty, their Barrier Cream. So good, so hydrating. I've been using it for 2 years now, and I love it so much. The next question someone asked me is 3 things somebody needs when wanting to start a YouTube channel, excluding a camera. Well, I guess you're gonna need an editing software, so you could start with iMovie if you have a Mac or an iPhone, and if you don't have iMovie, get whatever editing software that you can get. You don't need any of the fancy things. Second thing is good lighting, which film during the day, there's always good lighting. And then number 3, you need a YouTube channel, obviously, but you also just need good ideas to film a video, because if you don't have good ideas and you don't have inspiration, then whatever seems good to you, don't make it something that's like mainstream or whatever. Do something that is a good idea for you and that caters to you and your personality, because if you do something that you kind of hate, then you're not gonna love making YouTube videos at all. The next question is, do you think guys ever friend zone girls? Yes, they do. Trust me, they do. Woo! How hard do you think doing a photo shoot alone would be? Well, stay tuned for my next video, hopefully soon. I started filming doing a photo shoot alone video at home, and so hopefully you guys see how hard or easy it is. The next question is, what's the food you've been craving the most this quarantine? I've been craving popcorners a lot recently, just because it's almost finals week, and my friend Brittany and I used to always get popcorners around finals week and go to the library. I miss Hatch, my favorite brunch place. I miss bubble tea too. That's not a food, but I miss that a lot. The next question is, do you think you could eat a whole dinosaur if you were given a week's time? No. Next question is, any do's and don'ts of working during the semester as a college student? Do you keep a planner or a schedule to make sure you are on top of your meetings or your schedule for work and your classes and everything due for those classes? Don't procrastinate. Yes, I procrastinate sometimes, and I'm a working college student, but just don't do it. It's gonna save you a lot of stress. Second do is to be transparent with your boss and very transparent and honest with your professors. So if you forget to do something, just ask them for an extension from your professor, or tell your boss, can I have less shifts? I'm cracking down on schoolwork and not doing so well, so can I take less shifts? And as long as you're very transparent with someone, I feel like they're understanding. For some jobs, may not be the same for other jobs. The next question is tips for girls getting into their first relationship. It depends on when you're getting into your first relationship, but some basic rules are to make sure that you think a lot about who you're getting into a relationship with. I've made some bad decisions in the past on relationships and getting into them too quickly, so definitely make sure that you are in a relationship with the person that checks almost all of the boxes when it comes to what you want in a guy. I think it's important to have a friendship with that person before you do get into a relationship, because it makes things more comfortable, but you also know that you can trust that person if you are friends. But also know in the back of your mind that if you are getting into a relationship, if you are committing to a relationship, there are 2 ways it can end. It can end in heartbreak, or it can end in marriage. Those are the 2 based on what you want in your life. If you want to get married, then it'll end up in marriage, or it'll end up in heartbreak. And I always tell myself this before I get into a relationship, when I'm thinking about if this is the right choice for me, or if I'm just playing myself in the person. If you are getting into the relationship knowing that he's not the person for you, and you don't see yourself ending up with him in the long run, then you're basically setting yourself up for heartbreak, and you don't want to hurt that other person too, because that other person has feelings, and you don't don't want to put yourself through heartbreak because, honey, it is not fun. The next question is help with Filipinas with strict parents and dating. Oh, honey. I kept some of my relationships in secret. And I ended up breaking up with them, or they broke up with me. We were just too young, but I think it's important to be honest with your parent when you have a relationship and you see it being serious. I felt like none of the relationships I was in that I didn't tell my parents about, I just felt like they weren't serious enough for me to tell my parents about. And it's like, you always want to bring home a person that you are 100% sure about before they meet the family, because that's when it's become serious and you don't want to explain to your parents a month later, oh, we broke up because of this. I never really brought home a guy. I only brought home one, really, and the other one was a family friend, and our parents kind of just figured it out. I brought home one guy, and that's because I thought we were really serious, and we essentially were, and it was one of the best decisions to be as open and honest with my parents and introduce him, because they just learned to love him. You might be scared. It's a scary process, trust me, to introduce you, but in the back of your mind you kind of have to know that it's worth it in order to do it, and your parents will get less strict with time, so just be honest. What will you do after college? So I'm currently a junior at Quinnipiac University, trying to be a PA. I only have 14-ish credits left to complete my undergraduate degree at Quinnipiac, so that's just one semester. And with that, I wanted to graduate early, so that's what my plan was for the past year. And I declared the early graduation, so all of that was set. I was gonna leave in January. Though this quarantine has really got to me, I've had insomnia and have only been thinking about my future. I was thinking, I don't know if I have enough time to complete everything that I want to do in college, and leaving early, and if this fall semester is online, I don't want anything that I wanted to complete in college. I didn't want it to be a what if. And I was looking at prereqs for PA school, and I was like, do I have everything? So I was freaking out. I thought I wasn't eligible for PA school to even apply yet, and so I was looking at everything. I was really stressed, and I still am, but I've come to a decision with my advisor and with my parents and asked for advice from my friends, and I am going to finish the fall semester being kind of a graduate from my undergrad, but I will be coming back in the spring of 2020 to complete other prerequisites that I have to complete for PA school. Then I also, coming into next school year, I got a promotion for my job, so I will be working directly with my boss and stuff to help the program that I work for. And I also got president of my organizations. I want to follow that through and not leave my club halfway through. My mindset in the fall is so much different from spring. In the fall semester, last semester, my mental health was horrible and I hated being at school, and so I wanted to leave so badly, and I declared everything. I was gonna leave. I was done in a year, and that's it. But now I've grown such a love and appreciation for the school that I don't want to leave just yet, and why rush it if I don't have to rush it? That was a long story. Now let's continue. And then after my spring semester, I will be taking a gap year. I didn't want to feel like I was behind, but I talked to a lot of my coworkers and my friends, and a lot of us are taking gap years. So in that gap year, I am gonna be applying to schools, and I will be getting a job and working and all of that jazz. So yeah. And then after my gap year, I will be going to PA school, then become a PA. So that's what I hope to do after college. Sorry, that was long. Next question. How has dealing with a mental illness been in this quarantine? If you guys have not picked it up already, I'm so huge on mental health. I've been very vocal about it in the past couple of videos, especially in my fall semester. It's been hard. Like I said before, I have trouble sleeping at night because there's a lot of things that I've been alone with, a lot of the thoughts that I have, a lot of assignments that professors are assigning, and finals coming up soon, that there's just a lot of stress that's going on. It's definitely hard, but like in all of my videos where I promote positivity, promote productivity and self-care, sometimes in your daily life that doesn't happen and you aren't productive and you're just stressing all the time and there's negative thoughts. You don't even put time to yourself to self-care, and that's okay. And I feel like there's more awareness for it now, since we're all in quarantine and a lot of people are experiencing their mental health a little bit. You just have to think of ways to help yourself and do what feels good for you, and it doesn't have to be productivity. So I'm going to go. Thank you guys so much for asking me these questions, and I hope this helped someone or relieved stress from someone. We got deep, so I'm gonna go, and I will see you guys in my next video. And if you guys want to subscribe and you guys haven't yet, please subscribe if you want to. Only if you want to. I mean, it's free and it's a fun thing to do if you're bored. So subscribe and follow my social medias. The links will be down in the description, and I'll see you next time. Bye. We gotta carry on. Don't let this be our final song.